Hey, it's Kamela here from Creative Moms Decant. So today I'm going to tell you, give you my review as a Cricut crafter of the XTool D1. I have the 10 watt. So let's get started by taking a look at my XTool. You're like a circle. So I wanted to start you at a weird angle if you are familiar with how I usually video, but the angle that you're used to from me is coming in this video. You're going to see this drop down also. But I wanted to start you here, first of all, so you can kind of see. I have it in a very small room. This is probably the size of like a normal master bedroom closet. It's a very small bedroom. And I have this box that it's in, so it's a homemade box. My husband made it. I do not have air assist. I have a fan over on this side. Hockey table, I couldn't get it out, but it's my husband's old hockey table that he put in here that provides airflow, mostly for the fumes. And if you look right over here, so it comes right through here, right here is a sewer line for an RV, and it wasn't very expensive, and it was a good size. And then I'm going to wiggle you a hair, which I don't like to do either, but, I'm not going to wiggle you there, I'm going to wiggle you here. So it just vents outside my window right here. And we just have a board in it, and then he caulked around it. Okay, I'm going to carefully take you back. And that's how I have my XTool set up. So now I'm going to drop you into this camera. It's actually going, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it. Okay, so this is my XTool D1 running back here. It should finish about the time I finish talking, but you never know about my timing or talking. So I bought this machine a Monday, before Cyber Monday. And I was really nervous about it. In fact, and my husband and I are always very open and honest about our finances, but I didn't even tell him that I'd made another business purchase for a couple days. And finally my bestie was like, "You've earned it. Like, have you not looked at what you've been doing?" So I bought it. And then I told him, and he was like, "Awesome." And he's actually had some fun with it too. So that's great. But I paid for my machine. Thank you, customers. Thank you, thank you, thank you if you bought from me. Before Christmas. So it was before Cyber Monday, and I closed shop about December 17th. But I cut gingerbreads. These are from my scraps because they're not really complete scraps yet. I cut puzzles. I like to get earrings out of these. And I mostly cut gingerbreads. I cut a lot of gingerbreads, but I cut a lot of earrings. This is actually a run that I did a whole batch of these, and it fit. I made it fit in here. But I sold earrings like crazy, and a few other things, but gingerbreads, earrings, and puzzles were my big things. And I would say that I have doing wood figured out, and I'm very good at wood. I really do. I like the XTool brand wood. It has not, so I've ordered one other brand of walnut and one other brand of the Basswood, and both of them came warped, and that made me very angry. So that does not cut well, just for the record. So if it's warped, I almost say don't try it. But anyway, that's a video for another day. But the XTool wood comes really nice. It's good quality. And so far, they're showing me they stand behind their products. I bought this machine with my own money. And since putting it up, I entered a contest that XTool was holding. They hold them all the time. When I entered, we got asked to be in a group to help suggest things. And I'm telling you, they listen. So if you have suggestions, put them below, and I'm happy to see what I can do, because they are doing an awesome job and really trying to make an exceptional product. And if this is done, I can turn my fan off now. So I wanted to just show you a little sampling of the earrings I made. I made lots of Christmas trees, and I do hand paint these. So I am hand painting with acrylic paint markers. I'll show you those in a second. And I just added these cows to my shop. I do them in black like they're here, or I do them in brown. Now I would say I do them in milk cow and brown cow, because a black and white cow to me is a milk cow. Um, and then I just also added for Valentine's Day these tiny hearts. So the tiny stud earrings are working out very well for me. I also like to do these kind of drop down kind of earrings, and these were a fun one for Christmas. But mostly selling earrings and ornaments is how I paid for it. Now let's open it up, and I'm going to talk to you just a bit about the inside. Oh, let me show you the paint markers before I switch it in. So I will link these in the description below, along with my link for the XTool. And if you're buying supplies or an XTool, if you use my link, I get a little bit of commission, and it helps me continue to share what I know about XTool and Cricut. So they are just acrylic paint markers, and they shake. I've used them on a couple shorts if you check those out. And then they pump. And I am loving them, especially because wood's hard on things like this. And it's doing a really, they're really holding up well for as much as I've put them through the ringer. I think white and red were the only ones that I need to replace soon. All right, so my lid opens up, and you are looking at it the same way I am. You have a power button over here. I do not have air assist, so if you had air assist, it would go on here. Mine did come with a roller. I am just stashing it back here for now. And it came with the riser for the roller. I call it a lift. To me, it looks like a lift kit. I don't know. Anyway. And then I am definitely using a honeycomb mat that I raised some because you want air to go under it, and it definitely works better with my non-air air assist. But I got dramatic differences from cutting just open in my room to adding our box and fan. So, and I'm happy. My differences could be better with air assist, and it is definitely something that's on my want list. But for my small craft business, I had to have a heat press. So I'm on a band right now because I bought this, paid for it. Now I bought a heat press. So, you know, I'm on band. It's a X laser. I see that mentioned in the groups a lot. This is the only type of laser machine I'm familiar with. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not familiar with the technical stuff. You know, as far as anything technical or the belts or the wiring, I am not your gal. But how to make it work, and I'm currently working on learning XCS. That's where I'm at. So I'm going to jump you into the software for a couple minutes and show you just a hair about what that is. All right, so this is the XTool Creative Space. Fun fact, you can download this as of today without having an XTool. So, and you can actually win some prizes on their site by entering how-tos. So all of that is available to you. I want a material bundle. It's definitely legit. So this is the software. I come from a Cricut background, and anyone who's been on this page forever knows that we have lots of Cricut videos. That's how I have successfully run my small home business for 3 years. So I have to say that Creative Space is lacking a bit because I can't help but to compare it to Cricut Design Space. It's not bad once you get the hang of it. And the really awesome thing is I have lots of purchased images because I bought keychains from Craft Chameleon for 3 years. And they, so I have all kinds of, a duck, a Christmas tree, all kinds of things. Also, you can use files from design bundles, which is a super easy way to get designs going. So I am going to go to my design downloads. Okay, so the gingerbread is a great thing to open. I bought this file from design bundles, rocked and rolled it until my machine was paid for. So, and I did. It was this and tiny earrings, and I bought a file that had the Christmas trees and gnome. I should know I just made them all a coffee cup, candy canes, all kinds of fun stuff, which I also turned into Christmas countdowns with the candy canes, things like that. So basically, what you're doing when you're entering file is then deciding, so you don't layer like you do in Cricut Design Space unless you want it to be on that layer. So this is, we're going to cut wood. So the outside line of this would need to go to cut, and the face I would like to be like to engrave. So I also like to select all three, go ahead and group those together and change those to engrave. And now this one gingerbread is ready to go to the cutting. You also have to remember, and it won't force you to, so you have to remember to set your materials. And the reason it doesn't force you to is, I mean, we're cutting a wide range of materials. So you're going to have to figure out, you're going to have to do test settings, and test settings is my next video. So give me a subscribe if you are liking this content so that we can continue to make videos for you. On this, I used lots of walnut and pine wood. So I would just choose, my walnut was right above it, but I would just choose my wood setting in here, and it worked flawless. I used the XTool walnut plywood from XTool and ran it through and paid for my machine. So I'd say that was awesome. So once you hit process, it brings you to this screen. You can change the layers or change the arrow of the machine with the arrows up there. But truthfully, you can move it with your hands, and that's what I do. It's the easiest for me. And then I frame, always, always, always frame. So you want to run it at least once, make sure it's going to frame the outside box, and make sure that it is putting it where you want it on your material. And then you click start, and you click the button on the machine, and that's it. And then it's going to run, and it all depends on what you're going to do and how long it's going to take. The software's pretty, I just hit cancel here, but it's pretty basic compared to Cricut Design Space. But they are building a community and doing their best to make improvements to the software. And I have seen them. They've made good improvements even since I started, which was not very long ago. So I am testing some cast acrylic now. And so hopefully I'll have some information on that soon. We are just a bunch of moms who love to make videos and teach things. And we appreciate likes and subscribes more than my words can express. It truly makes us smile. And I think that's it. If you have any questions, ask them here, or feel free to join our group. It's Creative Moms Decant, and it's for everyone. So join over there. Feel free to ask questions. I love to troubleshoot and to help, so don't spread that around. I'm kidding. Have a joyful day, friends. Get the XTool. I like it. 2 thumbs up from me, or 5 thumbs up from me. I like it. Bye, friends. You're like a circle.